What is going on? In today's video I'm going to be showcasing for you my brand new drill loop MIDI stem pack, whatever you want to call it. I made with Errxr. Shouts to Errxr for helping me out with this sample pack. His details will be in the description below as well. As well as showcasing the pack in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I made the melodies, how you can make melodies yourself, and what kind of sounds I was using. But before all of that, if you are new here, my name is Dixon. We do VSTs, sample packs, loads of different producer kind of stuff here on the channel. So if you're interested in all of that, please subscribe now. We are so close to 60,000 subscribers. At 60,000 subscribers, we'll be doing a massive giveaway. So make sure you hit the notification bell as well, so you can get informed when we do that giveaway. What's this? What's this? Oh, it's just a bit of merch. That'll be in the description below as well. Bit of merch. But with all that out of the way, let's get into the map book. So as you should be able to see now, we are in Ableton, but don't worry about it if you use any kind of DAW like FL Studio or Logic. I say FL Studio this time because I said Fruity Loops last time and I got absolutely slayed in the comments for it. Apparently you can't call it Fruity Loops anymore. I didn't get the email. But yeah, this will work in any DAW. It's just a simple drag and drop MIDI files and WAV files. So this is what inside of the folder would look like. You have 12 loop folders. They come with key and BPM just to make it a bit easier for you guys. So each folder will have the stems that make up that loop. Like this one has a koto, piano and violin, and then the full loop. And then each loop folder has the midis as well. So this is obviously the koto MIDI, piano MIDI and violin MIDI. And you don't just have to drag it all in and use every single aspect of it. Try and make it your own. So maybe just use the piano and then make your own counter melody around it. Make it your own. It also has this bonus folder up here with some 808 midis in there, some hi-hat midis in there as well as some Vox samples. Me and Errxr decided to leave the Vox samples dry just so you guys can do whatever you feel like with it.
Yo, yeah, ska, whoop, check, drop it.
We've put the artwork in there as well, just in case you guys want to share it like on your Instagram or whatever. Tell people you've downloaded the pack. That really helps push the pack out there to more people. And if you add me and Errxr in that as well, we'll share it on our Instagram accounts as well. Also, if you do make any beats from this sample pack, if you mention us on Instagram, we'll like, comment, share it on our stories and things like that as well. But yeah, let's just pick one out of the bunch. The funny thing about this loop is I made this live on Instagram when I was live on Instagram, and it just about made it into the pack, but it just happens to be one of my favorite loops on the pack now. So that loop is made up of these 3 stems here. And those melodies are in the MIDI file. That choir is so cold. So I'll show you guys one more loop from the pack, and then I'm going to get into a bit of melody making and show you guys how exactly I made these loops. Here are the stems for that loop. Okay, so I'm just going to dive into showing you guys how I made these loops. Why am I doing this? Just so you guys can have a go at making loops yourself, so you don't have to wait for the next time I decide to drop a free drill loop pack. You can just start making loops of your own. Hopefully this will help you guys do that. So yeah, here we have the project file for loop 8. So it all started with this progression here, this piano progression using Capsule, which I showcased in my last video. So if you do want to know what that's all about, check out my last video. But yeah, I used the piano from Capsule. It all started with this melody here. So this is a trick I learned from another YouTuber called Beats. He does loads of melody tutorials on his channel, so make sure you check him out. I believe this one is called the 7-1 trick, something along those lines. The idea behind it was, let me get rid of this, 7 and 1. So you start off with a key. So we're going to be in D minor. You can use ghost notes or not, it's completely up to you, it's not really necessary. We're just going to go 7 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1. So 7 and 1. And just put them across like so, and then you just repeat it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1. See, it already sounding kind of like dark and creepy sounding just from that simple little trick. But you might be thinking, if I always do this, it will just always sound the same, and that's not true. The next part is really important. It depends on the counter melody. The counter melody can change every time, and these kind of like groove notes I'm going to put in there as well. So what I'm going to do is just move that there. Just to make it go a bit faster, I'm going to double it all up. See how it trods along a little bit better now than before when it was just for chords. And we've not added any notes to it, exactly the same notes, just played at different times. And then I believe I just moved the note up here for the loop that's in the pack. And then once you have the chord, which is basically the core of the loop, you can just move on to other things now, like violins, strings, flutes, some kind of counter melody that's going to complement it. So once I had that, well, I think it was the violin that was next. This is from the Balkan Ethnic Orchestra, which I've showcased a few times on the channel now, called the Gypsy Romantic Violin. Me personally, I just played it in over here on the old push. And there's loads of different combinations I could have went with, but I just chose this one. Let me just delete that, and I'll just try and make another one randomly. Hopefully I don't come up with the same one again. But yeah, there's loads of combinations you can go with. If you don't have the luxury of having a pad or some kind of push to help you, it's just simply as getting the chords that we've just made, dragging them down like so, and then just messing around with the melodies that are on here. If you have ghost notes, because you don't know about music theory, that's fine as well, just bang them on and go for it. But if you don't have ghost notes, just simply use the notes that you can use here in the chord. So yeah, if I was drawing it in, it probably just would have ended up something along those lines. So in my last video I said to you guys, if you comment anything about the VST I was showcasing, I'll give you a shout out in my next video. This is that next video, and here are the people that commented. If you do want to shout out in my next video, all you have to do right now is click that like button and type in the comment section sad face gang. That's it, sad face gang, in the comments below, and I'll give you a shout out in my next video. Now let's get back into it. Next up, I wanted something kind of like reverse, because in drill music there's like a lot of reverse piano type of things going on. So I had the piano here. I added a Errxr, put it on reverse. But it always knocks it off the time, so I just bounced it out and then back in as WAV, as you can see here, what I've highlighted here. If you don't have things like Errxr, you can just simply do this instead. There's loads of different kind of like reverse features in different DAWs. I know FL have a reverse feature as well. But what I would do is I would just, so in Ableton all you have to do is just highlight it and flip it over like so. Then just bounce it in and out as WAV. Now it's backwards, so all you have to do then is reverse it back. You should have something pretty cool like that. So once you have a core chord as well as a counter melody, it's just the little essentials there to thicken up the loop. All I did there was just add a brass, an evil brass, nothing too major. More as just like an ambience, really like an undertone, and just to thicken out even more I made an ARP, which was just essentially this chord here again. Like I said, once you've made this chord, you've pretty much made all you need to make. You just have to manipulate this one chord in different ways. It's not that difficult really. Up an octave. Same notes, just hitting at a different time. 7 and 1 trick, remember that? That's it, that is the whole melody right there. So I took the original piano out and kept the reverse one in for like this part, which might be like the chorus, and then just have the regular piano in for the verse. 'Oh, and to give it that old kind of feel, I added an RC20 on there as well. It just adds a bit of wobble on there as well, makes it sound a bit more vintage, as well as a bit of distortion. Threw a wider on there to make it a little bit wider. On the other things like the violin, I added a cymatics light reverb on there. The cymatics is free, the wider is free, but guess what else is free? The whole pack. So if you guys do want this drill loop pack, it will be in the description below for free. So like I mentioned, also in the pack is some 808 midis as well as some hi-hat midis. These are just little templates to get you started. You don't have to keep it the way they are, but it does give you a little pattern to work from. 808 midis as well, just throw in there to help you out. We put all the 808 midis at C because whatever loop or sample or one shot you are using, hopefully the 808 has been tuned to C. There's nothing worse than having a 808 but it's not tuned to C, and then you have to kind of work it out or throw the tuner on there or pitcher to pitch it right. So hopefully this should all just come together easily for you guys. Obviously all of our 808 midis and hi-hat midis are not going to perfectly match up to your project because who knows what kind of melodies or what kind of groove you've got going on. They're just there as like templates, and then you can mold it to however you want your project to sound. They're just there as kind of like ideas, just to show you guys what kind of direction you can take it in with the different patterns. So that is it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed those loops. If you do want them, they will be in the description below. Massive shouts to Errxr for helping me sort this sample pack out. All of his details will be in the description below as well. Hopefully me showing you how I made those loops kind of inspires you to make your own loops. That way you don't have to wait until I drop another sample pack. Go make your own loops, make your own sample packs. Why not? And finally, if you do use any of the loops from the pack, be sure to share them on Instagram and at us in them. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can do that and we'll repost them and share them onto our Instagrams as well. Last but not least, if you are here, that means you have watched the video all the way to the end, and I really appreciate that, and so does the YouTube algorithm. Smash that like button before you leave. Be safe, be productive, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.